Do you love anybody enough, or can you see yourself loving anybody enough to like dig her body up and like, and we have better embalming technology today, so she'll last longer.
So juicy.
Yeah. Could you see like putting her in a chair in the corner and just like, looking at her all day? Today on What in the AF, we're looking at 3 couples who prove humans have always been terrible at knowing the difference between love, obsession, ego, and power. Couple 1, America's favorite TV marriage, falling apart while the whole country laughed along.
Al and Peggy.
Yeah, yes, that was a true love story.
Yes.
Couple 2, a medieval prince so obsessed with his murdered lover that the story ends with a corpse on the throne.
Vlad the Impaler.
No.
Oh, it's terrible.
I'm sure he had a love of his life.
Yes.
Killing.
Impaling people.
And, of course, couple 3, Cleopatra and Mark Antony.
Oh, I don't get a guess with that one.
Yeah.
You just said who they were.
It literally just, instead of making you guess.
You're like ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt.
Nefertiti and King Tut.
Oh, God.
I think that was his mother, though. But the incest.
But the incest back in the day. They were ancestors of Greek people or something along those lines. So, yeah, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Basically, that was a dramatic relationship that had geopolitical influences and consequences.
And repercussions.
Yes. So today the question is, were these great love stories to be inspired by, or were they just people that were completely unhinged with better PR than most?
Yes and no.
Well, welcome everybody to What in the AF with Tawny and me,
Yay.
Steven. So we're going to start with Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz.
We never clapped.
Huh? That's fine. So Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz were America's sweethearts. They were America's TV couple.
I do love them.
Yeah, and
I have the whole DVD box set.
I watch I Love Lucy too. I mean, seriously, and if you watch modern sitcoms and you watch enough I Love Lucy, you're going to see that she did everything. Every sitcom literally just watches I Love Lucy and goes, okay, I'm going to put my characters into that
and she's
situation.
She's responsible for Star Trek as well.
Yes.
So thank you.
Seriously, they were the power couple.
Yeah.
They created so much things for independent people. They took chances with people that no other studio would. And Star Trek. There's a whole bunch of like important American icons that were like helped along by this power couple, and they defined the sitcom, and basically the real marriage behind the TV marriage was a little messier.
Oh yeah, it was ugly.
And you know what? It was ugly on TV. They fought to no end on the show. It's just that they got back together at the end of the episode and loved each other.
Marriage isn't easy.
But the main problem for them was that their marriage was a product.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it turned from an actual loving story of 2, people who were madly in love with each other.
Couple on camera and off camera.
So, yes, their marriage was a product.
Yes.
And
initially, they didn't even want him to be her husband because he was different. Because he was
Cuban.
A different race, and that wasn't normal back then.
Yeah.
So they fought for that, too. So they changed that landscape of interracial couples.
Yeah, they were fighters the entire time. Sorry for the interruption, folks. There was a power outage. We're going to try to do this seamlessly. God damn it.
I tried.
I know, you did great. But so their relationship was a product, and it kind of, it changes from like just a loving couple that goes to work and then they come home and they're really happy to see each other. They had to portray for their public image this perfect marriage, because if something went wrong, everyone in the country would know.
Yeah. The thing is, they never got a break from each other, though. They're at home together. They're at work together. They're creating more business together. There's Sometimes you need some time to yourself.
Yes.
No matter how much you love a person, you need you time.
So, yeah, being that they were married in real life and they were, you know, business partners,
actors together.
Actors, and, you know, when you're around Desi Arnaz, he's a charming fella, and you got all these actresses who just, you know, who are dying for a role. It's pretty easy to be a philanderer or cheater, and there was a lot of rumors that were spreading.
Men will be men.
Yeah, men will be men.
Gross.
Even if we're married to Lucille Ball.
Who is a hottie.
She was.
Oh my gosh, she was gorgeous.
And she was funny.
Yes. That is a unicorn right there.
Yeah.
Funny, gorgeous. She seemed relatively sane. Business person, like.
You can't get that big without having some logic in there.
Yeah.
But because everything was so tangled, we're not even going to say intertwined. It was tangled. That's already pretty stressful. Most couples can barely even pick the same restaurant to go to.
True story.
These two had to manage their marriage, a show, a studio, and America's expectations.
Yeah. And that's before they had kids.
And, you know, America saw just what was on the camera. A funny, charming, packaged version of everything. But behind the scenes, it was rife with jealousy, separations, drinking.
Oh, yeah. Drinking was big back then.
Oh, my God, yeah. Cheating rumors and the pressure of, like, you know, the whole world is kind of telling you have to do X thing. And
were the cheating rumors just him or her as well?
It was him. It was him.
Hers were on the down low.
Yeah. She was smarter.
She probably wasn't doing it. She was just busy working.
And honestly, when I look at them too, I see her as the motivation. You know, the one with the drive. They probably wouldn't have gotten as far without each other.
Yeah, they definitely needed each other.
Yeah, but I see her as more of the winner because the show's named "I Love Lucy."
Yeah, it's just interesting because in those times they both had to fight for things because one, she's a woman, and two, he's Cuban, so he had to fight in a way like I'm not this person, but he wasn't a straight white male, so he had to fight more, and then she was a woman, so she had to fight. So together they both had to get past these obstacles together, and it works, and they created so much. I mean, I wish they were here today with everything that's happening in Hollywood, especially with AI. I feel like they would be the ones to figure it out.
Oh yeah,
because it is crumbling out here.
Yes, and
we need them.
Yeah, we could use a good.
We need a Lucy
like
and
that.
Desi to fight for this right now.
Yeah, we're not better off with the Kardashians. Yeah. For one, they're too selfish. They're not kingmakers. They don't help nobody.
No, they're about themselves.
All about themselves.
Well, about their inner circle.
Yeah.
They'll build each other.
So while the public watched their marriage, they're basically were watching something that could survive the prime time, but not their interpersonal everything. And it just basically, there was too much pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Too much going on. Their lives were going a million miles an hour.
Well, you also have to remember back then, they don't do what they do today where a season is like 6 to 10 episodes. Back then, seasons were like 20 to 30 episodes. So there was a lot more work.
Well,
it's crazy.
And one thing, the one issue for them was as their relationship became a product, like the whole show was based around them two being in a relationship. How can that what if the relationship itself falls apart, but the product still needs to remain intact?
Yeah.
It can get really ugly.
Yeah, what the show must go on. And you know what I just realized right now, which is so weird? They lived in like an apartment.
Yeah.
And most people back then in those shows had the house.
Mm-hmm.
They had that, the nuclear family in a house, the yard. They were in an apartment.
They were in an apartment.
Apartment landlords downstairs.
Always butting in their lives.
Yeah, which that was a whole nother.
That was a whole nother
more
dynamic.
drama.
Oh my God! Apparently, no one really
They didn't get along.
They did not get. And the
her
woman,
and Ethel did not get along.
And Ethel also was
whatever
always,
her real name is. Sorry.
Yeah, and Ethel was always resentful of the fact that they made her not look good.
They made her older.
They made her older, and she was a beautiful girl, and they made her an old lady.
Paired her with someone way older than her.
Yeah,
and she was also a lovely woman.
Yeah, and the guy. Fred.
We'll go with their character names.
Yeah.
Fred
apparently was kind of hard to work with.
Yeah, well, he's a crotchety old man, so I forgive him for that. But, you guys are on a hit show. What are you mad about? Take that money and just be grateful. I'd be grateful.
Well...
But I guess after a couple seasons, you aren't.
So, eventually, they divorce, and America, has to live with that. The cultural image survives, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, no one first thought when you think of, Lucy and Desi is this loving couple that was on screen for 30 years, it feels like. Forever.
So
and that's what survived more than the product of their relationship lasted longer than their own relationship.
I think that product's still going. Because we both said, we both still watch it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic show.
There's still so much stuff you can buy with Lucy all over it.
And if I find a rare collectible that's I Love Lucy collectible, it'll sell on eBay eventually.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if they have that stuff at Hot Topic or Spencer's.
Yeah.
And it's mostly her. It's nothing.
Oh, yeah.
No Desi. It's all her and her name. So.
Well, yeah, she was badass.
Yeah. Well, it was her show.
Well, basically, I Love Lucy was a fantastic show. Mm-hmm. And it's just a sad state of Hollywood where something so nice can't last. Mm-hmm. But that's just very Hollywood. Yeah. Their relationship became a product, and
they also get older.
They got older, and the nation mourned when Lucy died.
Oh God, yeah.
She didn't die a good death either. It was lung cancer or something awful.
Well, I think Desi didn't have a great one either because he passed away first.
Yes,
I believe.
But now we go to medieval Portugal, where until death do us part was apparently treated more like a loose suggestion.
Loose?
Yeah, a loose suggestion.
So you're just still with your corpse?
Yeah, yes.
So Weekend at Bernie's Portugal version?
Pedro and Inês. Pedro was a Portuguese prince in the 1300s. Ooh. Inês de Castro was a noblewoman connected to the court. He fell in love with her, but the royal relationship was more a political weapon instead of a personal choice.
Yeah, seems about right.
So in medieval royalty, love is never just love. It's alliances, inheritance.
You're lucky if there's love.
Yeah,
otherwise,
you're lucky.
It's all contracts and stuff like that.
Bloodlines, land power. Yeah. It's basically the least romantic version of a marriage.
It's all about power.
Well, unfortunately, there was a conflict with that.
No.
Yeah, I know.
That's shocking.
Yeah. Well, Pedro's father, the court and Pedro's father saw her as a threat.
Of course.
And they were worried that her family would gain, basically completely overtake the family.
They didn't pick well, did they?
Influence is danger.
Oh, yes. Back then, yes.
And it became a political problem. And when a medieval court says that she has too much influence, that means somebody's got to die.
Yeah.
So they conspired and they executed Inês.
Aww, and she didn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
She just existed.
She just existed from the wrong family.
They should at least got a baby out of her first.
Yeah. Well, while Pedro was away, they conspired and killed her. Basically, they're like, hey, we need you to. Could you go get a loaf of bread? Oh yeah. 2 countries away.
They're like, go out for some milk and cigarettes.
Yeah. But from the store across town. I don't like the milk and cigarettes at the neighboring place.
Usually no one comes back when they get milk and cigarettes.
Yeah. So basically, this forbidden romance turns into this queer, crazy.
Not queer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to
Queer
follow
is
the
different
word.
back then.
Yeah, but it's a revenge tragedy because Pedro's grief is now the center of this story.
Aw, get him.
Well, years later, Pedro becomes king.
Mm-hmm.
Years later.
Yeah.
So she's been dead and buried for years.
Yeah, she's gross now.
And he claims, because he's king, that you can make any claim that you want, that him and Inês had actually secretly been married.
Oh.
So they weren't
so
married.
They never officially
They weren't married yet. She was a
Oh.
threat. They were
Before marriage?
Yeah. So they were going to get married. Everyone's like, oh shit, we can't let this happen. They killed her. And then now they secretly got married. She's the queen, actually.
Oh.
She's already dead.
Time to crown her. She's not too gross yet.
Yeah, a couple
She might
years.
be a little juicy still.
Full of worms and shit.
Oh yeah,
but,
back then maybe she's not. Maybe she's a
Yeah.
skeleton at that point.
now, okay, in your mind, is this at this point, is it romantic still?
I mean, why not?
You know, I loved her so much that I actually, everyone, now that I'm king, I can tell you that I secretly married her.
I mean, in a sense, it's romantic, but at the same time, it's mentally unstable.
It's already kind of weird.
Like, what's the agenda behind saying they were married? Like retaining something from her family?
No, it's just love.
Then that's weird. I mean, you could say, yeah, we secretly got married, but that does nothing.
So legend says Pedro had her exhumed.
Oh, this is where it's going to get weird.
Yeah. And then he dressed her as queen. Imagine having that as your job, where you have to like, hey, I need you to dig up her body and put her in a fucking royal gown.
You know, it's not the first time I've heard this story, but not in this way.
Her body was then placed on the throne. Yeah. And the court was allegedly forced to kiss her hand.
Yeah.
They had to, claim fealty to the corpse bride.
Oh, is this where this movie came from? The Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
Gross.
And obviously there's love and grief. And
you should have been griefed out by then.
Yeah. And then there's the obsession of power. Mm-hmm. I could also see it being a form of revenge.
You know he was banging it.
God damn it. or like, his concubine, like making her dress just like she used to, kind of thing.
He's banging the corpse.
He's banging the corpse.
Banging the corpse.
God damn it.
You know he is. You know he's kissing it.
Oh,
she's all
God. Could you spray her with alcohol so I don't get sick?
I picture like a worm coming out her eye socket or her nose, and he's all sticking his tongue in there.
Or the tongue detaching and like sticking to him.
Yeah, because they didn't. Did they embalm back then? I don't think they did.
I don't think that. Yeah.
Not there anyways.
I mean, like you'd hope that without like embalming her, like, okay, cover her in salt and dry her out in the sun like a raisin.
She's like jerky.
Yeah, like jerky.
But I guess it depends on the humidity down there. And all
Everyone.
I mean, you said Portugal.
You're jerky queen.
So, yeah, I don't think it's too. I don't know. What's the weather like in Portugal?
And obviously, there's many ways to frame this. Obsessional love. I
call that mental illness.
It's definitely mental illness. I could also see it as revenge of like, you motherfuckers killed this girl.
Like
I'm putting her on the crown and you have to kiss her fucking ring, guys.
It's almost like kind of doing that kind of those mind games where you're messing with your enemies and doing the most messed up thing to fear you. So maybe he was playing mind games with all these people who were conspiring behind his back that he knew about by doing the most mental thing. So I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
It's unpredictable. I wouldn't be able to predict that.
I don't think anyone who's sane could.
And you know what? I could see someone going, we need to build an army against Pedro. And then the next guy going,
no.
Have you heard what he's been doing with his wife, man? I don't want to mess with him.
Dead wife that we didn't know they got married. What's her family even think about that? Like,
well, if they had, they could think whatever they wanted to think, but if they didn't properly act, if they acted out, they just
off with their head.
off with their heads, royalty and all that.
Gross.
So far we've had love as performance. We've had a medieval nightmare fuel romance story.
Definitely nightmare fuel.
And the final couple, which is world famous, and a lot of people would fantasize about this tragedy being themselves.
No.
Cleopatra and Antony didn't just ruin each other's lives. Their relationship helped ruin the future of a couple of empires.
Oh, yeah. Definitely Egypt.
So, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. And this is after Cleopatra had her way with Julius Caesar and supposedly conceived his child.
Little Caesarion.
Yes, Caesarion. She's the queen of Egypt. Mark Antony is one of the most powerful men in Rome, if not the most powerful. Their relationship becomes famous, but it's not really just romance. It's a consolidation of power.
Because she loves her powerful men.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like marrying a rich girl or a rich guy.
But I think
if you're already rich, it just makes sense.
I think it's also hoping for preservation of her country as well by teaming up with someone. It's the same contract type of idea. Like, she can get an army to defend her and her throne, with her keeping her on the throne.
Well, so, technically, they were a vassal nation at that point. Yeah. They were under the thumb of Rome.
Yeah, everybody was.
Yeah,
because if you weren't, they'll take you out.
Yeah.
So, you're with us or bye.
Well, and if you're with us, you get aqueducts. You get medicine.
You get whatever we tell you you're going to get.
You get wine.
Or you dead.
You get safety. You get to keep much of your cultural things.
And if we get tired of you, we'll just take it back.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter what you want. You play with us or don't.
Well, here's where it gets sticky.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And just like the last story, some other people viewed Cleopatra and Antony as too powerful. Too much power becoming consolidated in one place. So Cleopatra is a problem.
So much influence between the two of them.
Yeah. And Rome had their, the Senate was kind of like framing Cleopatra as dangerous.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then Antony is now a problem because he's been corrupted by Egypt.
By that witch.
Yes. And basically, she's framed as a seductress.
Yes.
And you know what? She probably, seriously, 2,000 years later, it sounds like if she walked in this room, she could seduce me in a heartbeat.
What if the reality of it, she's like the most boring person ever?
Oh my God, yeah.
She's just like, I just ruled a country and that's why everyone liked me.
Yeah.
I don't know how to socialize. I'm awkward.
Maybe she really had a really hot friend that, was unattainable. And you had to bang her to in the hopes of getting close to the friend, but it just never worked.
Her little Egyptian court, she's like, they're all like, they're kind of hot.
Yeah, they're kind of hot. I want to stick around.
Can they give me a SpongeBob?
But she was the easiest one,
She's like, she's the one with the power, though.
Yeah, and you had access to her harem if you banged her. Yeah. So she was the fat girl that gets you access to the other girls in the friend group.
Yeah, we're going to start that because why not?
Everyone
else is calling her black. We're just going to call her boring and fat.
Boring and fat, but she was easy.
The truth of Cleopatra. Boring, fat. Yes.
So Antony, at some point, made the choice. He was going to ally himself with Cleopatra, maybe not over Rome, but over the Senate.
Yeah.
And that is unacceptable. You must always act in accordance. Loyal to Rome and Rome alone. So, Rome sent a whole legion and fleet. And basically, Octavian uses this as his opportunity to gain glory
because he was young.
And knock Antony off.
Yep.
And it's just a messy fucking thing. The first couple weeks was probably awesome before word got out that Antony was getting pegged or something. You know?
And then he's like, I love my life. And then he's all, oh, shit.
And then like, oh shit, the political ramifications.
See the ships on the horizon.
Yeah. If you're a rich and powerful man, don't bang the fat girl.
Oh my God.
Well, like if you got a guy that has an ugly girlfriend, everyone thinks like, man, he doesn't have any confidence. Other people think, oh wow, he really loves her. So he should have like kind of gone with the I don't know. What was he supposed to do?
I don't know.
He
You're
fell
the
in
guy.
love. Follow your heart, guys.
Not your pants.
Not your pants. Follow your pants too. So basically, the relationship became like it became weaponized. It was awful for everybody involved. A lot of Romans died, and I still feel for them. And of course, there was a symbolic nature attached to Cleopatra and Antony of
love,
betrayal, decadence, foreign influence. War follows.
And he was married too, wasn't he?
Yeah, they all were married. This was just,
she wasn't.
Julius Caesar was married before he conceived a child with her.
Yeah.
So the war follows. Antony loses in a naval battle. Octavian kicks his ass.
Oh, Lord.
Cleopatra loses because, her navy sucked. And both of them die. And there's that story of the asp. That,
the hand and the jar.
Poison. I don't want to be ugly at my funeral.
Because she didn't want to be paraded through Rome and used as, a figurehead for their BS. So she's like, I'd rather die.
Yeah, I'd rather die. But I'd rather die pretty. Like, don't stab me in the neck with a sword.
I don't think they would have, though. I think they would have just taken her to Rome and just kept her as, a showpiece. I don't think they would have killed her.
Oh, no. Well,
they would have she would just have to be like their little, Egyptian kitty cat showing up all the time, making appearances.
The old school Roman triumph, the design of it was you'd be paraded.
Yeah.
As,
which they still did.
Yeah. You'd be paraded as a conquered, person. Yeah. And then they throw you in a fucking hole, basically. And then you die in the hole.
I don't know. I think they would have kept her around.
Maybe.
Because she had so much influence and people were so curious about her. I think it would have been better on their half to keep her around so they could keep parading her out. I don't know. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm a girl.
Yeah. And I think it's funny, just the asp story
yeah.
is kind of a showcase of how women really haven't changed. Men haven't changed. Women haven't changed.
But didn't he stab himself?
Yes. He stabbed himself. And he fell on his sword like a man would. And she died by poison like a woman does. Women prefer poison over violence.
Because, again, we want to die pretty.
You want to die pretty.
That's why we don't shoot ourselves in the face. Because we want an open casket.
Yes. And it's just kind of funny that these dynamics of men and women have not changed. This is like human nature.
Women are very vain creatures.
We haven't changed one bit.
No.
Just our technology.
And we live longer.
And we stink less.
Yes.
Less.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, most of the time. So, what would you say of these three? What was the most toxic relationship?
Well, I don't feel like Cleopatra and Antony were toxic at all.
No.
They were just in a toxic situation
and
that involved other people who didn't like them.
Honestly, the world is burning around us, and there's a lot of political power around us. Makes for awesome sex, I bet. Oh my God. Both of our countries are going to go to war because we're fucking
one last
bam, bam, bam. Oh man.
And I don't think Pedro and Inês were toxic because they loved each other.
Yeah.
So the only one that had the toxicity is Lucille and Desi because they did fight each other a lot. They argued a lot.
All right.
But is that toxicity or just like, the relationship ran its course and they were just butting heads? Like, I don't think he was like beating her or anything. They just probably had regular fights. So I don't even know if I would consider that toxic either.
Yeah. And he was a hot and fiery Cuban.
Yeah, he had that hot blood.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think with anything that was probably just business fights and of course, relationship fights, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Lucy was goofy in real life. Like, was she because she was clumsy?
Yeah. Well, she's very smart, and to do comedy, that's one of the harder genres to do because you have to be smart to do comedy. You have to know about comedic timing. Like it's easier to do drama than it is to do comedy because if you can't do the jokes, you can't do the timing. It takes a very smart person to play a very dumb person. Honestly, it takes talent to do that. So
I might have to watch some of that.
She was probably like anything, like like Jenny McCarthy looks up to her a lot. Probably goofy in a sense in real life, but more of it's an act than anything.
Jenny McCarthy, is it from 30 Rock?
No. Jenny McCarthy was a Playboy model, and then she did Singled Out, and then she's married to Mark Wahlberg. She's married to one of the Wahlbergs, not Marky Mark, his brother. They're married, but she was dating Jim Carrey for a while, and they were like doing the anti-vax tour together. But she did this movie that is so fucking gross, but it's super funny. But she idolized Lucille Ball, and she wanted to be just like her.
Okay, well, hell yeah, it's a good hero, honestly.
Yeah, but she's also goofy, so probably goofy in a sense in person, and then
Which of the three would you say is the most tragic?
Inês and Pedro, because he's banging her corpse.
Yeah,
but tragic in the sense that she was murdered. They were in love. They didn't get married, but he said they did, and then he's unburied her and parading her corpse around. That's kind of messed up.
And of course,
but that's like nightmare talk, like way.
And obviously, this is an obvious one. What was the most historically destructive one?
Oh, Cleopatra and Antony.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like nations didn't fall, but when a couple thousand men die or drown, stabbed to death or drown on just so you could fuck.
And they were in love. I mean, they're all tragic in the sense that everybody was in love. And I
believe there was love.
I love love. So to see love die is sad. But the last two couples, their love didn't end on their terms. Where Desi and Lucy, their love slowly faded. And that's also super sad. That breaks my heart. It is. Because love takes work. Relationships aren't easy, but people do grow apart.
And we watched them. Mm-hmm. We literally watched them being like performing together, and unfortunately, it was a product. Yeah. And there was a point where it went from "I'm so happy to be on stage with my wife doing this" to
I hate you.
to I hate you and I have to fucking kiss you.
But they were great business partners, but eventually and they were a great couple, but then eventually they weren't a great couple. But maybe the cheating is what really destroyed it.
So we covered these three couples, Lucy and Desi. Love becomes a performance. Pedro and Inês. Love is an obsession. Yeah.
Fucking Buffalo Bill stuff.
And then Cleopatra and Antony, where love becomes power and destruction.
Yeah.
But, maybe that's the actual pattern of humans keep confusing intensity with love. Because there was definitely some intensity in there somewhere. And, if it's dramatic, we call it passion. If it's destructive, we call it loyalty. If someone refuses to move on, we call it romantic until they unbury a corpse. That's weird. Yeah, or obsessive.
I'm obsessive.
Sometimes, though, it's not love. It's ego, grief, ambition. And sometimes it's just two chaotic people making each other worse.
Or they're just bored.
Yeah, or they're bored. Yeah, why not?
I'm bored. I'm going to dig up your corpse so I can parade you around and dance in front of people.
Rub it in.
Let's put your skeleton on the throne.
Oh, my God.
Put on the pretty dresses.
Yeah, I'd heard of, we've all heard the term corpse bride.
Yes.
There was a movie.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, Tim Burton movie, Corpse Bride. Mm-hmm. And, man, like, to dig your wife's corpse up and...
that is love.
So, I have a question for the viewers who made it this far. Do you love anybody enough, or can you see yourself loving anybody enough to like dig her body up and like? And we have better embalming technology today, so she'll last longer.
So juicy.
Yeah. Could you see like putting her in a chair in the corner and just like looking at her all day? So with that, please comment on if you would or not. Like, follow, subscribe, leave comments, and have a good day.